Wanna get it crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a get it crunk with a couple hundred thugs. Crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a get it crunk with a couple hundred thugs. Everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round here. Everybody round, everybody round here. Know we getting hype. Everybody round, everybody round.
Welcome back, and it's series number 2 for the day. And we just saw an insane comeback happen in the previous series, done by none other than Big Scythe. However, I have to move on and talk about this big upcoming game in the winner's bracket, one that we are very much looking forward to. It's none other than X10Crit female going up against the favorites Alter Ego Celeste. This has been a battle of two titans, something that has been in the making, brewing for quite a long time. And now, talking about that is, of course, your casters, you and me, Jaeger and Illustrado. How are you feeling about this matchup, man?
I mean, you stated it before, but I think it still rings very true. The idea that this is very much a grand finals matchup, right? These two going up against each other, having Alter Ego and X10Crit going together so early on. I mean, we are treated to a brilliant match very early on, to say the least. So that's always nice to see. But I think this is going to be an amazing series. Of course, you are still looking at the best of the best, right? You're looking at Alter Ego Celeste, had a couple of changes here and there, but they still hold true to the fact that they are at the top of the top. And then X10Crit, always the one team to look out for, always that one team that can somehow, on some days, edge out Alter Ego Celeste, and they're looking to do the same thing here as well. So I think there's plenty of potential for both these teams to do their thing. I mean, looking at this roster right now, you always have to be worried because, well, that girl right in the middle there, Inari, so many MVPs, she can't even count them anymore. She doesn't need them.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of an overachiever, Inari. I mean, lauded so many victories. Can't enough. You can't have enough victories. Can't have enough MVPs. She is just probably the best female player that we have in all APAC, and very well deservedly so. Surrounded by such a strong roster, Ayumi, Iceberg, Nabsky, obviously the newest member of her squad. It's just been a very well-rounded lineup. Now on the other side, you got X10 female. You got Alyssa, Baby TZ. You got Jenny, Muffin, and Polly. So there's a couple of changes as well for the X10Crit female side here, but the core roster basically is still the same thing. Ginny, IGL, legendary player here, one of the we've ever had in Southeast Asia. Can't wait to see what she brings to the table here in game number 1.
I tend to agree, especially when it comes to Ginny. We've seen her in the scene for such a long time. If anyone is looking to make that, well, actually, I say if anyone's looking to make a matchup for Inari, we do have some very talented players in X10, right? Baby TZ has the potential to really hit hard. Not always consistent. Sometimes we get maps where she can drop 20, 30 kills out of nowhere, and it's not even dependent on what agent she seems to be picking. Like, yeah, in general, maybe TZ sits on that Sentinel, but just any kind of agent, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes the consistency isn't there, but the damage can be. And here we have the map picks as well. And starting things off with a doozy, because it's going to be Fracture to start things off. And then after Fracture, we'll bind it back together with a bit of bind and see if we can ascend on Ascend.
I like that Alter Ego Celeste straight up pick Frack. It's a very good idea because they know that if any team is very good at playing this, it's them. Any map they pick, they're going to be good at regardless. Having said that, we know that there's kind of a curse on Fracture. Most of the time you pick Fracture, you're kind of going to lose it. It's the same thing here with Alter Ego Celeste. Maybe they'll lose one, we'll only find out in the game itself.
Well, I feel like it's always dependent on that defense side, right? Because if you don't get that 9-3, 10-2 start on the defense, you may struggle going into the second half. And considering that X10 are starting things off on the defense, they're going to be looking to try and extend their lead as much as possible there on Fracture. Then jumping on to Bind, I think even on Bind, Alter Ego still are a team to look out for as well. Like, despite X10Crit, they can feel a little more confident in Bind just based on stats alone, but it's not like Alter Ego would suddenly slouch on Bind and then you move straight on to Ascent. It may not be a repeat of what we saw earlier on. So, starting things off on Fracture, I'm not sure where to lean. As you said, Alter Ego picked the map. They may not win the map. It's just like Icebox, it's just like Breeze. Your stats don't speak too much for you, and it can go either way. Depends who's feeling better on the particular day, I suppose.
Yeah, it's really one of those. Unless you're like super good at Fracture, there's no guarantee that you're ever gonna win it. But let's find out who picks what here. Oh, I like the pick. Okay, both teams picking up that neon.
It is meta.
It is meta right now. Yeah, I'm very happy to be seeing it a little bit more nowadays because now it's coming into full force. Like, a couple weeks ago, a lot of teams were like, yeah, I'm not so sure if it's on Fracture, but now this is what people, this is the go-to.
I think once Fade becomes available as well, you won't be seeing too much of that Breach, but you will be seeing quite a lot of that Fade, because that ult can clear the entire site. You get a lot of information you desire, and getting stuck in any of these positions is such a hassle. Chamber, big pick, a very important one as well. You can teleport between the two sides. That's one of the biggest problems with Fracture. It's the fact that Defender side, it's a long rotate between the sites. Not a big problem if you're a Chamber. And as well as the fact that your utility doesn't require you being close to your utility to be usable. So you can put a slow down on in the entrance to one site, put one down on the entrance to the other. As well as the fact that when you're on the defense, you can put down one of your slows in front of one of the entrances to the A site, go across the rope, put one down in the middle of the rotation there, and then rotate back, and you have coverage of anyone that may be potentially trying to backstab for the entirety of the time. So I love that pick from Eliza there. And of course, Ayumi picking up the Cypher, fair enough. If you want a proper Sentinel that will give you information that you're constantly looking for, and you're starting off on the Defender side as well, I'd say Cypher is a very good pick. Both going for the double controller as well. You do need a couple more smokes in place and walls as well, because it is a very, very large map.
Yeah, I agree. It's just one of those maps where you have to know how to use your utility and where to put. Just throw them haphazardly and willy-nilly and hope for the best. Which is why having that double controller is just so vital for so many of these teams, that you, even if you're controller, you're not going to be sort of stranded out in the open. You don't have to just dry peek every single site. There's a lot that you fall back on. And on the other side, like you mentioned, the Cypher pick now coming in is just showing the very different fundamental differences of both of these teams and their play styles are to all three. They love to play that aggression, man. They love to get up in your face and take goals. And what better way to do that than with a chamber? On the other side here, X10Crit, looking like they want to play a little bit slower here on the attacking side. Let's see how it works out. As we now go into game number 1 of the second series of the day, it's X10Crit female versus Alter Ego. This is the game that we've been waiting for, the game that we want to see here. X10, can they do it? A battle of 2 of the best regions in Southeast Asia. It's Indonesia versus Thailand yet again.
Tale as old as time. I think you could call them both beauty. I don't think I would be very comfortable calling either beast, but
No.
great film. And it looks like they are ready to go as that wall has gone down over towards the B side. Is that telling? Maybe, because you do see the spike. It was going towards the A side. Now it's making its way back as Breach is going to be lurking over towards A on her lonesome. Polly and Nabsky both giving themselves a wide berth.
It's a great off-angle kill to start with. Now, next 10, they know up against Alter Ego Celeste, every single advantage they can get, they're going to be taking it, sure. And a 4v5 now is the spike. They still haven't decided whether they're going to towards B side or not. They're still just waiting around here. Alyssa going to spot out one. The stun coming through. Not going to be able to make that connection. Flash comes out. Now she has to know it's a fake though, right? Because they were all alone. So they're keeping everybody towards B. But then it's a double fake. So the mind game, it's a double fake. The mind game's now coming in. They think they're just throwing out utility, but the one defender towards A has actually gone down. So this works out for Alter Ego Celeste now.
That headhunter in the hands of Chamber is such a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, you can aim down the sight, but it also makes you play in a way where you want to conserve your ammo. And people can just spam you to death every time. Baby TZ, talking about spamming you to death. Iceberg going to be found. Namsky is here on the flank, and there's the kill onto Baby TZ. Misses the opportunity at a drop down, and Ayumi, does she get spotted going into this corner? I don't think she did. The spray down, she's going to find one. She's going to look for two, but she gets 2 dings.
Oh, 1 HP, 14 on HP onto Ginny. That's not a lot to play with, especially not on pistols. Spike's not even planted for her, but it's a great connection. That's Oreophilia. Now Nabsky playing closely in the smoke. They run into each other here, but awkward timing. The victory does come out a little bit prematurely. Either way, Nabsky does take it. Alter Ego Celeste start off taking the pistol.
Those mid-round strat calls are incredible from Alter Ego. I don't know if that was the original plan. Just double fake over towards the A side. I don't think anyone ever really plans for that. I thought to myself, I think that they only think I'm here. Let's rotate players back over after we've shown all that presence over towards B anyway and tried to conceal it. And little things like that can make a big difference. It does come down to the wire there, the 1v1. Nabsky staying alive and waiting to get that flank as well. Very important. And Neri didn't get a chance to play yet, so she's going to be looking to find a couple of kills to start padding her stats.
Anything will do. Anything just to keep that momentum up. Gonna get that ball rolling for them. And Neri, who did get shut down a little bit earlier on in the previous round, will want to make a comeback into this game. Will be out for blood, essentially, as Baby TZ on the other side of the map will be trying to defend with only a rather a classic. They like to leave Ginny sort of all alone here towards A, and that could be a double-edged sword because that is your initiator who you need to flash for you. But sorry, Iceberg, and they just get onto that side as well. B is open, completely free right now. They get the kills. There still is one person working around, and that's Muffin underneath. Has the Spectre to work with, and Iceberg does go down. 2v3. It's already proving to be quite expensive as Oreophilia gets the next kill. Muffin, the last one standing. 1v3. Can she find at least one more? One more kill would basically secure them no more bonus round. Basically, you don't have a bonus round if you lose more than 2 players.
Got 5.
Nope,
Bingo.
they don't get it.
There you go, Muffin. Trying to go for a cheeky rotate back over towards B main, but that didn't really work out quite as intended. And as you said, with the money left over right now, yeah, you can go for sort of your bonus round here, as long as you're not spending too much money, trying to keep, I think it's 1.5 minimum amount required left over to buy on the next round if you were to lose this. So, rifles galore for X10, as it will be 5 Vandals. They won't want to go for the quick headshots, not really looking for too much spray control here. And Baby TZ will start things off by rushing into the fray, does get stunned in the process. But nothing else to be found as of now, although, as I say that, peak may be coming out. A little bit of presence being made, and they haven't checked this position. Maybe it overlooked, and Muffin on 3 HP. Maybe sticking around, will be playing with 5. A great little stun there for Baby TZ, and an escape available, but 17 HP left. 2 players now, a little bit too low on HP.
Yeah, this is starting to get a little scary here for X10, but okay, that's going to bring things into their favor a little bit more. 1 pick off, 2 is going to be something that's going to keep them going for now as they find Inari. The one player that you want to take down early is on the Alter Ego Celeste side. They have reclaimed the spike. They'll be going towards B. And Nabsky has already made her presence known. They're going to go for a little bit of a split as well, trying to just dissect the side as much as they can. But it's Iceberg in a 1v5. If she can find the low HP players, maybe. No, not going to happen. Paulie just plays it a little defensively, a little far back, and secures that round, getting them flawless.
Well played. They use all the weapons as they should, keep themselves at a distance. And yeah, they get a little bit low, but they just make sure that, you know what, we have the rifles here. We're playing up against SMGs, maybe a couple of pistols. Let's just make sure every one of our fights are from a distance. And we will see a full Vandal round here. Nothing else, not a single other thing. No one prefers a Phantom here. Interesting.
Well, Vandal is kind of the meta right now. Phantom a little bit stale as Baby TZ holding the close angle. Not a lot of support. Not a lot of support. Only got somebody jiggle peeking alongside the same angle. And that's going to be the punish right now. Well played from Inari to get that kill onto Baby TZ. Now it's brought to a 4v5, and A main still in contention here. They're taking their sweet time because they know they still got more than a minute to do it.
I know,
but it's brought down the rotation here from X10. Great ult as well. That's going to give so much information that there are 3 players here towards A side. They're sending one off. Paulie's going to go back towards B, but kind of a fake. Now they go back to A.
Mid-round calls, my guy. They can be incredible. Muffin sending out a boombot. They all seem to be just hiding in the corner. And oh, how much damage did that do to the lot of them? That's actually done so much.
Yeah, that's a lot, but Inari goes down anyway.
30
That's the
seconds
path
left.
towards the side. They still can capitalize on it, but Ginny's looking to hold. Nice pick onto Ayumi. A little bit of the Molly's really slowing them down. They can't push any further here.
There.
They were hoping that that pause would have rotated a couple of players away from A, but with 13 seconds left, they gotta go straight
10
towards that
seconds
A
left.
side. They do still have that toxic screen here towards A. Well, 6 seconds left to go. They might just save it here.
Yeah, there's no time. Might as well. I mean, 3 rifles left behind. You can capitalize on that. Perhaps get a couple of kills and pick up weapons from the enemies going into the next rounds. But yeah, here you see the problem with being on that attacker side. It is very difficult to hit these sides because you have such small chokeholds when you enter towards the sides, and really easy ways to use your utility to keep them out. And then once you enter into the site, look how open it is, how many angles you have to pick off. The fact that Ginny can stand in the middle there is because she could have been sitting on the second floor, could have been peeking from drop, could have been hiding underneath the site. There's so many situations, so many positions you have to check. And sure, you're 3 people, 4 people peeking into the site, but you can't clear every single angle. You don't know where your teammates have looked or not looked yet. And so it can be very difficult on the attacker side to take a side, and what more to hold on to it when the push can come in from all those different positions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just too many angles to check, too many cooks in the kitchen. Leads to a lot of confusion for the both of these teams here, as now it's a little bit of a scrappy buy from Alter Ego Celeste. They're forcing a little bit earlier than I think is necessary, but take their chances now as Inari. Confident, nice tap, goes for the kill, but gets the person behind him. Somehow Baby TZ fully flash, gets away with murder, no refrags available, and the rest of Alter Ego Celeste, they're going to be trying their luck here towards B. Good defense from Pauly to shut down Nabsky, who was kind of in an untradeable spot. This is a little bit uncharacteristic of Alter Ego Celeste. They are sort of looking a little bit discombobulated. I'm not 100% sure what's going on right now because they're not looking as coordinated as we'd normally see them here. And this might be because it's fracture.
That could very well be the case. I think it's just the nature of the map in general. Like, it is such a meme being on the attacker side on Fracture. I feel like if they were to switch sides, you would see a little more of that potential, especially the fact that uncharacteristically, Inari hasn't been finding too many of those shots. Like, he finds a one-head shot, Baby TZ is able to shut it down. There's position, Baby TZ jumping down, will get that spike down, but that is all that happened. And that spike down, did that go down after time? Wait.
I think so, but they still got the money anyway, so they'll be happy with the cash. Let's take a little bit of a look at the replay and see exactly what transpired there.
Switching to ult there, I'm not entirely sure that was the right play. Could have used that on a potential eco, but once again, another hard buy here from Alter Ego Celeste.
Yeah, they've been really struggling on these buys, man. Every single round, it feels like there's hobbling together a buy that I feel like an eco round might just remedy that problem, but instead, yeah, they're just gonna keep at it hammer and tongs here as they now try to work their way towards that A site. They have left a lurker, and that's gonna be a Yumi. They're working the back, but X10, they don't fall for these lurks, man. They're making just as great calls on the defense as Alter Ego Celeste are making on the offense this time.
I'm out of here.
See how aware X10 is, because Inari has been doing the same thing for around 4 or 5 rounds now. And so they're just sending out so much utility just to deal with Inari, fair enough. And this time, a double peek down, and Inari is going to find one, but once again, this defense is holding strong because there's so many positions that you can crossfire from. Bring it back to 3 versus 2. Low HP for Pauly. Iceberg and Rayophilia are very healthy at the moment. That spike has to go down, and there's already a flank coming in as Muffin has just arrived to the party. Doesn't have a showstopper though, so the party won't be stopped.
Party keeps going. Daft Punk is here. It's gonna do it one more time as Muffin finds a nice kill onto Oreophilia. 1v3 though, I'm gonna have to play perfectly, but Iceberg just can't do it. It's X10 to get another point on the board. They have the lead securely, 2 ahead now. X10Crit looking great up against Alter Ego Celeste.
I am not worried yet. I feel like I've become a believer of the comeback simply because of Big. They've shown me things today, and
yeah,
I full-heartedly believe that this game is far from over.
It's one of those. It's one of those days. I just think that you know, the scoreline, doesn't really matter all that much, even though it's 10-2. It's really about, I feel like in these games, who has the momentum, who's able to hold on to it, who has a better read. Things just could change within the blink of an eye here, and an area looking to change up the momentum, the pace, the tempo of the game. I like this quick approach here towards A. Let's see if anything can come from it. They force Alyssa back towards that site. They still have to deal with her, but it's Neri can't get the shot off. Alyssa holds no refract just yet. Now the rest of the members are here for X10. The crossfire is strong enough. Orbital strike just for good measure, and it gets 2. And X10 Now they're 3 ahead, making a very, very strong case for their win here. So it's Fracture.
You can see the way that Eliza was playing there. Doesn't even have to peek out. Just hides behind the wall. Tries to go for as many of those wall bangs as possible. This push up close, just spray down there. Knowing that you're protected when you're spraying down because you have more penetration on your weapons as well. Just a lot of great moves coming in from X10 at the moment. AE Celeste and Neri, again, really uncharacteristic. Of course, top fracture for her team, as per usual. But there's a lot of fights where you just expect her just to do something crazy, you know? It's that meme of the kid poking the thing and saying, "Come on, do something."
Do something. Poking, like putting a stick in an anthill, you know. It'll happen. It's a matter of time. Inari popping off. It's just a matter of how long it's gonna be before we actually see that. Something that is sure
Smoke's down.
as there is the tide to the ocean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oreophilia going for a little waltz underneath the site as Iceberg tries to close the entrance. Polly has found Nabsky. They've lost one of their controllers. They still have Oreophilia available.
Oh,
This is, I mean, already it's not looking great.
30 seconds
Spike
left.
is nowhere near being planted, and finally a peek comes out. Yumi switches
Spike
back to
planted.
the bat in the middle of that fight. Ginny going to find Oreophilia, but Iceberg, well, if there was going to be a play big enough, it would probably be this one.
ooh, 1 HP and she still gets stunned. Okay, they're gonna a little bit of a desperate play here, especially with that, and Polly just. Okay, Polly, I see you. Just an amazing couple of shots there. Finesse, cool, calm, and collected. Steals away the round yet again, 6-2. And Alter Ego Celeste looking not good. This is not the Alter Ego Celeste that we're very familiar with. Because like I said, man, Fracture, it is a very double-edged sword. And we're seeing that right now. Timeout coming in, I think
Enemy down.
just at the right time as well.
It's very interesting that Fracture was even brought up here, considering it's probably next to Ascent, one of their worst maps. But who can say that they're a great Fracture team regardless, I suppose.
Very tough decisions. And now Alter Ego Celeste might be paying for that decision. They're calling a timeout and only on round number 9. And so, what are they going to do here? They've tried quite a lot already. The fakes. They've tried going for the quick hits towards the site, A or B. They've gone for the splits. At this point, there isn't really a strat that they haven't really thrown. It's really just losing the mid-round and then the duels and the decision-making that has just been going towards the X10 side. All of the minute details that make a victory have just been going towards the X10 roster.
It's kind of cute. Just
What?
back and forth on the zip line.
It's hanging out. I mean, it's there. You know, just have fun with it.
On with it. Just hanging out. It's a little bit annoying. But Eneri straight into the site, removing one of the potential escapes from Eliza here. I bet spamming E, couldn't get away. Just didn't process the fact that the teleport was gone.
Oh dear. Well, that is still another great couple of kills right there. X10, man, they're starting to run. This is looking very much like danger territory already, but it is the timeout round. They didn't really fully invest in this. Now we'll see. It's kind of the play, you know, where you take a timeout on the eco round, use the remainder of the eco round just to maybe have a little bit more time to talk as well after the time expires. And now they put the plan into action on the full buy.
This may go a little bit better, and Neri can't afford full armor. And she has just been rushing into that site time and time again. And this time, going towards the B site instead. They don't throw any of their cards over towards A. That rotate over, but they are playing so fast here. They just want to get into the site.
Yeah, they just barrel their way into it, no hesitation at all. And Inari, okay, this is looking like a decent. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, that just ended as soon as it started. The counterplay from X10 is just so immediate. The sense of urgency, really forcing Alter Ego Celeste to make these tiny errors, whether it's repositioning or not. Now they're taking fights that they do not have any business taking, but Neri might be able to bail them out with a nice quad kill out of nowhere here. Could be the ace to get them another round. Ginny left standing, the veteran for X10. Can she be able to take it? A bit of a double back here. Denies the ace, but Nabsky cleans up the round, and it's a victory for Alter Ego Celeste, but at what cost? 4 of them go down. 5! And oh no, they're not gonna have enough money for a great buy. Alter Ego Celeste, they win, sure, but they are definitely gonna be strapped for cash in this one.
And Neri, absolute hero play there. That would have been unwinnable without her, and she is having to break her back right now. 9 kills at the moment in these first 10 rounds. And when it comes to the attacker side, again, you need these big plays. It's just like Icebox, it's just like Breeze. You need those big plays to win these rounds, because just getting into the site as a team, there's so much utility you're met with. There's so many positions to clear out. Sometimes you have to be bait. Sometimes you just have to die and say where that kill came from for your teammate to start shining through.
Yeah, but how far is that going to go, especially when you're losing everybody else in your team and you're unable to build up a good economy? Forced in a couple of Bulldogs and a Spectre, even though they did just win a round. Now, they're going to try their luck yet again here towards B. That's where they found their the success last time, relatively speaking. That, bolstered by that Viper's hit, should give them at least a little bit more survivability. Great orbital strike as well. Forces Inari back, clears out a little bit more map control here. Baby TZ going a little bit wild right there with the map with the aim, but Nabsky with a quick double keeps the Viper's pit alive and keeps the pressure on for X10. Will they keep trying for this to fall back? Instead, it's going to be Iceberg to pick up a kill onto Alyssa. 2v5 right now. It's another clean round. It's looking like for the side of Alter Ego Celeste. Paulie gets 1, but that's all she gets, and Neri closes that out. 7-4. Alter Ego Celeste fight back.
Last round before the switch.
Building on the successes, 7-4. Not great news for X10. If this gets to a 7-5, they could be in big danger as soon as that pistol round is done with as well. I mean, keep in mind, X10, they got a great start here. Now, Alter Ego, they are starting to stack up a couple of these points, but that defender side, in general, you do get a better performance out of the defenders.
Yeah,
and Alter Ego, they're preparing themselves for the second half.
It's the second half is just going to be so important right now. X10, they call a timeout a little prematurely, but I'm all for it. The moment Alter Ego Celeste look like they're going to do the thing that Alter Ego Celeste do, stop it. Nip it right in the bud. Make sure that they don't get, full steam ahead. Stop it as soon as it starts. Already 7-4. What are they going to do? How are they going to handle this? The buy isn't great from Alter Ego Celeste. Oh wait, no, sorry. They'll have enough to drop one for Ayumi instead. They can buy. They'll be okay.
Dream it better. A slogan.
Mm-hmm. They'll be okay.
Just dream it better, lol.
Indeed.
They are ready to go towards the A side. It seems you can see where every single one of their POVs is facing towards. And straight on through, it seems they will go. As just around the corner. Oh, a little bit scary. Has removed the teleporter. Yumi, instant headshot onto Eliza. And that spike should be able to go down. There's a cheeky position here where you can stay on the second floor and post plant from up here, and it's the most annoying thing.
Yeah, because you're getting shot from like 4 angles, and it's so difficult to deal with. But they're playing safe this time. The lineup, does not come in. Oreo Feely had a massive chance right there, but can they follow up? Muffin gets a nice kill. They trade on to Baby TZ. 3 HP left from Muffin. will get stunned up, slows the
Last
approach,
player
and Airy peeks on
standing.
top of it, gets traded. Iceberg is right there for the refrag as well. 2v1. Paulie has been amazing so far, but how amazing can she be? Spike planted fairly open.
Smoke's down.
It's gonna be the Rolling Thunder committed. They're gonna claim that round. That's already a win right here for Alter Ego Celeste. Well timed on the Rolling Thunder.
Switching
Get a
sides.
7-5.
Looked a little bit dicey up until that point. As soon as they got themselves that third point, they just started building on top of it very, very quickly. That 7-2 turns into a 7-5. Suddenly, it doesn't look too scary for them. And now they are going onto the side where X10 did have quite a lot of their success. It would be great if X10 could win this pistol round. That is what gave Alter Ego that current scoreline. I think that was the biggest thing. So it's a little bit scary still. It's still a little bit scary going up against Alter Ego. It's like they're the big bad boss at the end of this tournament, right? They're the ones that you always want to look out for at the very end. You can always count on them to do a really good job. And even when it looks like, oh, this team is looking really good, X10 is getting a couple points against them, suddenly Alter Ego, they hit the brakes and say, no, we're reversing now. And they start to pull those points back in their favor. So, yeah, again, another situation where that pistol round is very important. If we go 9-5 or we go 7-7, you can see how quickly Alter Ego can start to pull away. I don't know if X10 can pull exactly what Alter Ego did up to that point. So, yeah, it's a scary prospect, especially with Aneri running around just doing her thing.
You make a fantastic point there, because how can you like really account for Aneri just yeeting you across the map from like multiple angles? That's basically what happened. Like Neon go brut brut and just kills like 4 people. It's just the kind of thing that you expect when you're watching a game from Alter Ego Celeste. One round like that is enough. One standout round from Alter Ego Celeste from Aneri is enough to light a fire underneath them and start a massive comeback like that. Just when you think that, you know, all X10 are going to start to run away with this, no, we're actually going to end it on a decent scoreline. One of the best scorelines that you can end at the halftime, 7-5. That's something that they'll take any day. And I imagine that, you know, when they get to their defensive side, Alter Ego Celeste are going to look even more comfortable here, because now the attack side, the attacking side of X10, they're going to be put to the test. And have they done their homework? Have they prepared on the attacking side as much as Alter Ego Celeste has? That's going to be the question we have to answer in the second half.
Well, we'll see in just a moment, as we do have a couple of ghosts out for Ayumi and Aneri, and for Baby TZ and Muffin as well. They're the ones that have upgraded the pistols. We do see a couple of sets of armor and a good amount of utility as well, especially coming out of X10. They have prioritized quite a lot of utility, to be fair. And actually, they don't have a single piece of armor. Okay, fair enough. They've invested entirely into utility, and they're going to rely on Baby TZ and Muffin, their duelists, to make the space for them here.
Yeah, let's see whether the duelists can open up the sights just as they need, whether they will be stopped in their tracks here. A little bit of a look at the performance. Paulie has just been standout today. So many great rounds that X10 has had because of how great Paulie has been. And now we get into it. Second half, now beginning. Muffin looking to lead the charge here alongside Baby TZ, the two duelists here. A lot of clearing potential with the both of these duelists up on the head. As the toxic screen up, and they're going to be able to dash on into the site. Nobody really to stop them. It's going to be a retake game that we're going to be seeing from Alter Ego Celeste as the spike does go down.
Now they get all their pieces in position to start that push back in. As soon as the smoke disappears, oh no, they just peek straight through it. So many players to peek into though, as Muffin, Baby TZ. They're relying on these duelists to do the damage for a reason. There you can see them as both duelists have found 2 kills each. And now it's down to Ophelia on so little HP. This is the pistol round X10 needed. Perhaps start the second half on a good note. And Baby TZ, it's an ace for the duelists.
Well, yeah, well done. 3 kills, 8-5. X10 have managed to find themselves a round that will extend their lead a little bit further on, getting them closer and closer to that double digits that they so desperately want here. Alter Ego Celeste, this is their map pick. Let me remind you, the audience at home, this is Alter Ego Celeste picking Fracture it is already a little bit of a gamble that they did pick up Fracture like this, and it seems like they're paying for it. When X10 are looking just that much more decisive on it.
Let's see if Iceberg can perhaps catch a couple of heads as they push through this wall. As dissipated, Nevsky is watching towards main as well, but it's going to go straight down the middle here, straight in towards the site. Nansky inside of the site can't secure a kill. Did have the opportunity to do so, but what are these wide
One
swings we're
enemy
seeing?
remaining.
You only have a pistol, you put yourself into these wide positions, they don't wait for smokes to clear, there's plenty of time to do
Caution
that.
here.
Sadly, they just try and force the issue, and they're running and gunning against the run and gun machines themselves, the Spectres. It's not the best situation. Ayumi only has a shorty. This is not a great situation at all.
No, hoping to maybe just get one on exits. I doubt that he's gonna get one at all. That's gonna be it.
There was an
Simply
attempt.
Deleted and banished to the Shadow Realm as X10. They are looking very much rock solid here. This is a healthy bonus round if I've ever seen one. Everybody having that Spectre up. Very much a big risk for Alter Ego Celeste here. If they don't keep their distance, if they lose too many members, it could very well be an 11-6 halftime score. The economy will start to crumble for Alter Ego Celeste if they don't keep their members alive.
Oh, I love this from X10. They're going down towards drop because it forces you into close range fights unless you're sitting over towards drop. And Areophilia, keep your distance. That is the position you don't want to be in because all those running and gunning Spectres would spell the end of you. So Baby TZ makes her presence known. Haven't jumped down as of yet.
There.
Chilling, taking their time. There's no rush, to be fair.
Yeah, they have got a whole minute to play with here. And they have been dissuaded from taking that drop, like you mentioned. Instead, they're going to be going towards tower here, towards arcade, see what they can find. And Neri is looking to hold the line. She has the range, but can she connect on the shots? Nobody's going to be on the receiving end of it. Everybody's going towards arcade instead. Should be a full explosion. The flash should come in and start the play. There goes the stun. They're pushing through the smoke. Baby TZ is going to make that connection on Nabsky. Suddenly, B-side looking very, very vulnerable. And like I said, man, the Spectres, my God, gotten 3 kills already. And the defense just crumbles to its knees. Spike goes down 2v5.
They just kept wanting to take those fights up close. Like, you really have to keep your distance. That's where the Spectre is way less effective. And playing up close in arcades instead of playing up inside of the tower, pushing through the smoke instead of waiting for it to disappear.
One enemy remaining.
There's so much urgency for Alter Ego, and I don't think it's justified yet.
Yeah, I agree. I do have to give it to X10 though. They did such a fantastic job of forcing those close range fights. Like that toxic wall, the toxic screen right over here towards arcade, just denies so much vision. But then again, they did have Nabsky playing very close instead of playing up on tower, which made playing far back that much more difficult. And now it's another eco round for Alter Ego Celeste. And like I said, Fracture is such a very difficult map to pick first in the series.
Well, you have to lay in the bed you make.
Not a bed of roses. No, oh wait, hold on.
Could be.
Okay,
A couple of thorns.
Could be. Bittersweet up on. Okay, well, that's
One enemy remaining.
okay. Well, Bucky still exists. Okay, baby TZ, I
One
see.
enemy remaining.
Oh, he pulls out the ulti! Pulls out the ulti, forces a 1v1, dashes towards A. Now, Iceberg has given her position, try to chase, but 40 HP, this round is now still doable after that great play from Baby TZ.
Where to look?
It's a long rotate, man. And there's not a lot of time. I like what Baby TZ is doing, man. You're playing up close like this. It's planted for A main, giving a false sense of security right here, trying to check every single corner. Iceberg, I don't think there's any chance here for Iceberg. He's gonna drop down. Oh, but Iceberg finds it. The game sense was just too good. Just when I thought she was out of it, they hold on, and Alter Ego Celeste, they take this victory 10-6. It's a thrifty win, exactly what they needed to get themselves back into this game.
Right there.
That position, that's the annoying one. That's the one that you don't like to play against, because if played right, it's very difficult to counter, and you have to be on that spike. But when you're in the defense, when you're in the post plant, you don't have to be in that position. So it's one that you have to look out for. It's one that you have to worry about. Maybe do they jump down on the stairs? They're going to peek to the left or the right, or still up there? Have they made their way back up? But a good catch there from Iceberg. Oh, trying to play a close range fight here, but immediately shut down. Polly gets Nabsky and Aneri and immediately start the round off on a great note for them.
That's the B side with a gaping hole in it already, riddled with bullet holes to B side, as two of the defenders who were holding on to it just fall flat. Now 10-6, nades come out, and oh dear, this is just not looking good here for Alter Ego Celeste. 11, match point looming on the horizon now for Alter Ego Celeste, as Iceberg's HP is now ticking away 29. Probably should just go ahead and save this, honestly.
Last player standing.
Yeah, no, 29 HP. I just don't think it's gonna happen here. Maybe just go ahead and save it. They don't have money. They don't have that much money. Do they? They want to be thrifty, so they might be able to. Okay, good shot, but still of little consequence at this point in the game.
This has been perhaps an educational experience for Alter Ego, as I don't think this was exactly what they were expecting once they switched sides. I know that I wasn't expecting it to be such a strong attacker side coming in from X10, and well, my partner needs a bit of lung attention. She's on his throat and lungs, so if I don't know what medicines are for that. Inhaler.
No, yeah, just one of those spritzers.
It's just a ball of oxygen.
Just also, yeah. At this point, they're looking like they need it because they're getting choked out of all of the oxygen that they can have. By X10, I don't know, man. Alter Ego Celeste, they're looking very much flat on their feet here. A little bit of damage exchange towards spawn, but it's not too much to worry about as the members of X10 rally towards that B site. They gather their forces yet again. Good nade, but it's only going to dissuade them. Not going to dissuade them. It's only going to slow them down for a little bit longer. They find their way towards that site. Nobody really to contest here. Alter Ego Celeste. They've got 4 players up. Sure, they have a Vandal in the hands of Iceberg. ABTZ, they really want to fight this one out. And the Rolling Thunder, desperation, right click from Aneri, picks up a Vandal, finds another one, but the showstopper lands here. Snapsky gets 1 kill, sure, but it's Iceberg. Can't find anything. It's going to be a triple kill from Muffin. Match point for X10.
Match point.
Actually gets a spike down even before the time ends, so even a little bit of extra bonus money there as if they needed it. And my goodness gracious me, I didn't think the day was going to come. We were going to see a scoreline along the lines of 12-6.
Yeah, not in my lifetime did I think I was going to see this, but you know, Rome eventually had to fall, but it's only the first game. So anything's still possible. Game number 2. We could be seeing another 3rd series here today. I don't want to preempt it, but we're hoping.
Go, go, go.
5v5. Iceberg getting sneaky, getting around the corner here. Anticipating another one. Can't land the adjustment. Orbital strike will be utilized here. Ginny could hold. This is a nice transfer from Ayumi, who gets the adjustment onto Baby TZ. Now it's B site rather. And they have managed to control tower open. Alyssa waiting for somebody to push through those still have Nabsky onto A rather, so it's a long rotate, 2v3. It's looking like Alter Ego Celeste will hold on a little bit longer. And Ayumi on 5 HP though cannot be reckless. They have
Last
to go.
player standing.
No, Nabsky stayed too long, and it's gonna be a
Attackers
GG
win.
here. X10Crit, they steal away the map pick of Alter Ego Celeste, taking it 13-6. Wow.
Not on our timeline. This is strange. This is weird. This is their map pick, and they just lost on it, and now they are heading into, well, into X10's map pick. They're going into bind. So this is going to be. I don't know what to expect anymore. Alter Ego, not exactly the performance we were expecting when you jump forward, and the fact that they were able to get to this point after a 2-0 against Big, and X even dropped a map going up against Fuma Gaming. And so when you're comparing those two as well, it's just strange to think. But X10, they are looking very, very on top of things, and Alter Ego not looking as characteristic as expected. We may see more of those signs of their original life coming up, but as it stands, X10 are looking like the superior team.
When did you ever see an area on a negative KD?
Something's wrong.
This is not the right timeline. Something is weird here. Yeah, it's a little bit bizarre. I'm telling you, man, Fracture is cursed. Anyone I know who picks Fracture, any team I've seen pick Fracture first, they kind of get their butts handed to them, and that's exactly what we saw with X10, just showing Alter Ego Celeste who is boss on Fracture, with a standout performance from Baby TZ, who just gets 20 kills at 2.3 KD, 279 combat score. I just also Paulie with a 4.0. 4.0 KD from Paulie. I thought Paulie was actually going to be the MVP in this one, especially with how efficient she was. But instead, it is the tale of the two neons here on Fracture.
I did say Baby TZ can drop 20 to 30 frags. Not consistently, but when she's in the mood, she can absolutely frag out. And I feel like this is one of those scenarios where, yeah, she absolutely turned up and did a stellar job, but every single player from X10, I feel like, turned up here on Fracture, and they knew what they were doing as well. That's another thing. You could see them playing things just right, setting all the utility in all the right places, keeping note of where these players were. Alter Ego, we had some inspired ideas at the very start of the game. As soon as X10 had their guns, it just seemed to disappear. It just seemed to be X10 were in charge of things since that point. So I think moving into the next map, we may not get that same thing. Obviously, it's a very different map, but if any of those signs, if any of that kind of playstyle that X have showed on Fracture turn up on Bind, well, there may be a little bit more danger coming the way of Alter Ego.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of an uninspired performance from Alter Ego Celeste there. That would be an understatement. Definitely not the Alter Ego Celeste that we've come to know and love over the past couple years here. And Alyssa and the rest of the members of X10 just showing up. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna say Fracture is Fracture. It's always gonna be a weird map to pick first, and that they may have been punished for it. I wouldn't say it's hubris or anything like that. It's just when you feel confident in Fracture, it's time to think again, because anybody could take that map. Everybody. It's nobody's map. It's one of those maps like Icebox. Fracture is nobody's.
Yeah, it's with the big maps, isn't it? At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that is the case. And so, Fracture's done. We're moving on to smaller maps from now on. Bind, Ascent, coming your way, and I hope for a little bit more from Alter Ego. I hope to see some more of that potential that we expected to see, but X10, I am happy to be surprised by them as well. But before that, we're jumping into a short break before we go into map number 2. So please do stick around, because we'll be right back.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Alter Ego Celeste very much at risk of getting knocked down to the lower bracket unless they pull themselves together and take away map number 2 here. You're joining us on the Valorant Game Changers Asia Pacific Series. I'm Estrado. This is Jaeger. We're going to be your casters here for game number 2. What a turn of events that we just... And in game number 2, are we expecting more of the same?
It's hard to tell. I mean, when it comes to Fracture, it can be a give or take. It can be an amazing map for you, and then the next day be just an absolute drop. But going into Bind, it's a little more uniform, right? It's your past performances do matter when it comes to Bind, but this is X10's pick. So not only have they lost on their map pick pretty convincingly, but now they have to go into X10's map pick. And we may see a return of a favor. We may see Alter Ego actually taken away from them for taking away their map pick. Or we may see X10, and possibly, as it sounds, 2-0ing Alter Ego.
That's not something I've heard for quite a while. I think Alter Ego, they did lose up against X10, but that was like a year ago. And that wasn't even for VCT. That was, I think, for a separate local tournament that they played in. Anyway, X10Crit versus Alter Ego Celeste here. Game number 2 are in Bind. Both of these teams are comfortable on it, man. They'll be playing their game. They know what to do. But who's going to be able to play it better? It's going to be a chess game, absolutely. Because these teams, you know, if any team... If Alter Ego Celeste or X10, they're going to research one team. It's going to be probably each other or Brand Esports. They've done their homework. They know how this goes. They're comfortable with this map. How are they going to adapt to it? It's going to be the double initiator for X10. Only one controller, and that's the Brimstone. On the other side, Celeste, they're looking to lock in that Astra. And maybe also a double controller of their own. Neither team going for a hard Sentinel, actually.
And I think... Yeah, I think that is fair. Like, having a Cypher on Bind, like, there used to be a time where you'd always have a Cypher sitting on that B site, your invisible wires all along the floor, but they become so predictable where you put the wires that they get immediately eliminated. The camera positions as well, everyone knows every one of those positions. When you have the chamber's trap in place, you can put it in certain positions where you can't just peek it around the corner. You have to like hard peek it, and you will get affected by it in a lot of the situations. As for the smokers here, it doesn't seem to be a uniform one. They don't mind going for the Ash, don't mind going for a Brim. I still don't mind seeing a Omen here as well, because you can clear the entirety of Hookah or the entirety of U-Haul with one of the Paranoias. I think all of the controllers have become a bit more viable here. Well, I say all of them. Viper does have her place on occasion, but I don't think on Bind. Not very necessary. It's a small map. You don't need those gigantic walls to work with. And I think both these selects, they're just fine. We haven't seen too many of, like, you only had the Killjoys, those lockdown entries into the site. It doesn't clear properly the entirety of the site. You can just wait in heaven before the lockdown is finished, and then just walk in as you were going to regardless. And as we saw before earlier today, we do get a lot of retake plays on Bind, and are we going to see those again from X10? I feel like we will. AECL, I don't know how they're going to play, because they haven't been playing the way they play, if that makes sense.
I feel like it'll feel for Alter Ego Celeste like they're coming home. You know, Bind is one of their best maps as well. Sure, it's not like the best for them right now, but they'll be happy to play it. We'll see whether it will come to pass or not. They have the spike a little bit far away. Someone's gonna pick that up. Somebody, maybe no,
maybe
just
potentially.
Someone go get the spike. No, it's gonna leave it. Okay,
nah, spikes are unnecessary, to be honest.
Superfluous in this game. Who even needs it? Alter Ego Celeste, they don't even need a spike. They're just gonna kill you. Finally, they're gonna send somebody go back and get it. Chamber, go pick it up. Teleport back to us anyway. It's looking like A is gonna be the target of choosing this time, as all 5 members gather forces now towards A. Ophelia looking like a good flash right now, but not enough to get a pick off. And Neri lo and behold, here she is. Able to get the first kill on the round. Ayumi gets another one, and this is looking just already better from Alter Ego Celeste. Baby TZ is able to bring things back to a 3v5. Not for long, as Baby TZ is the only one left standing in area with a big triple kill. Oh no, she's starting to fire on all cylinders now. Retake is looking so difficult, I'd say almost impossible. After that, nice kill in the area with a quick tap. 4 kills for her. Alter Ego Celeste take the pistol.
Once again, we stand a talented queen, and I mean, that is that's talent and a half. There's plenty left over there, it seems to be. And Neri doing what she does best, but again, keep in mind, ACL, they won the pistol round in Fracture as well, so it's gonna take a little bit before we get convinced, but if that's a sign of things to come, we may be in for a good game here from Alter Ego.
Yeah, who knows? We might be able to see a game number 3 as Nabsky. It's a 4-man stack here towards B long. Very big gamble from the side of X10. Taking their chances here, and I don't think anybody's been spotted out, but the shock dart's certainly going to do quite a bit of damage. This is actually fine Pauly. They clear out that one side, but they've sent everybody else towards A. Now, Alter Ego Celeste, they've sniffed out the stack. They've sniffed it out. They know that there's probably a good chance a lot of players from X10 are there. They're going to go towards A instead, where there's a free site waiting for them. Take it, it's yours. It's free.
This is for you. It's got your name on it. This is a big push from behind, and the straight down is going to find one. It's only going to find the 2, but
One enemy
Liza
remaining.
is going to find a little bit in return. Ayumi as well. And now you can see the sign that you're absolutely right. They are settling back into themselves. This is looking a lot more like what you expect to see, as another kill found here by the Classic.
And they've just gone, enough is enough. Like, alright, you know what, take the 2 kills. If they lose any more than this, their bonus round is going to be very much in jeopardy, so they don't want to double down on that. Muffin, though, has to say goodbye. Say bye-bye, Muffin.
See that extra money, don't you, at the end of the day?
She gets...
So make sure you got the full buy going next. And so X10, plenty of Vandals available, and
What's your favorite kind of muffin?
Blueberry.
That's a good one. That's a
Very good one.
I like chocolate. Chocolate blueberry.
That's fair, that's fair. Classic.
Do you like scones?
I do like scones. I actually... Oh my god. The other day, I tried to make bread, and baking powder doesn't really work quite like yeast does.
No.
So it didn't exactly rise very much. It felt just like a scone.
You could have made a focaccia. That would work. Bread.
I suppose I could have, but no, I made some special scones and I ate them all, and it was like eating a boot, but
Well,
it didn't taste bad.
Let's see if X10 can rise to the occasion now as we go to the B site.
Nice.
They're looking to hold off onto
Like
it.
yeast, get it, guys?
Oh dear.
Blinded.
Thanks, glad you cleared that one up.
Just in case, you never know.
It's a lot of presence here. Pauly's good for a multi-kill here. Gotten 2, maybe even gonna get 3. And Jenny is able to follow that up onto Iceberg. Very
enemy
nice
remaining.
anti-eco round. Alter Ego Celeste, they have Ophelia. Get that last pick off, and it's flawless. Flawless round here for X10.
Again, just casually flawless rounding Alter Ego Celeste. I mean, they look so turned on, don't they? They look so like fired up, ready to go. Those crosshairs just float straight over towards those heads as soon as they appear. And they don't always connect with the head, but the sprays are certainly on point every time.
These guys are
So-
pretty good at playing video games, huh?
Yeah, I think they might be gamers.
No, you don't say.
For sure.
Ooh, almost getting the catch off right there. Pauly snuffs out an Airy. Was trying to go for the punish, but the backup was good. And suddenly, Alter Ego Celeste have to readjust their plans. Then
Look
exactly.
how much they've pushed out. There's so much information.
Yeah, they're trapped into one tiny pocket. They have to go towards lamps. Everywhere else is open season.
Another great film.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
Down goes the spike, and now having to get into those post-plant positions. Where can you really put yourself? 4 versus 5 on this retake.
You are divided.
And, I mean, with the utility left behind, there's still paint shells. There's still a boom bot that's just been used. We still have shock darts available. So much potential damage that can come through.
Blinded.
Oh, okay. Took a couple of shots, but eventually Alter Ego Celeste get it. 4. Nabsky just denying shower control here. Ayumi
One
chiming in
enemy
for 1.
standing.
And what? Where did this come from? Very great swing out, but no time.
Clutch.
Can he get to the teleporter? Yeah, barely.
Oh, it was a bit close. That's unfortunate. They actually win the retake, but it just took a little bit too much time. I feel like those players that pushed out of the B site, they had the information. They could have rotated a little bit earlier.
I agree. I think they took a little bit long on the flank as well, especially after losing shower control like that. But playing safe may not always be the best option, especially when you've got a ticking time bomb towards the site. Alter Ego Celeste, though, they don't really have the best of money. Even though X10 lose it, it's them with a better buy. Look at Alter Ego Celeste. They've gotten a Bulldog. Okay, there's the 34th, sure, but like Oreophilia has a Spectre, Ayumi's on a Guardian. It's not looking good for Alter Ego.
Spike down A.
Great pick off to start the round. Muffin is able to find 1.
Take
Flash
flight.
for information as well, just to stave them off a little bit longer. And Ayumi, the Aldrone is able to get a tag in through. So slow and steady wins the race, you know. What was that saying again, Jaegers? Like smooth is fast and fast is faster.
I wish I could help you, but the only thing smooth about me is my brain.
Here.
So you must be very fast thinker.
Yeah. Faster speak. Terribly stupid words.
Right here.
As long as we don't go past arithmetic, we're fine.
30 seconds left.
That sounds. I mean, that's just wrinkled my brain. So I think, yeah, I'm good without it. Neri, out comes the paint shell. Just be a little bit safe. Just to make sure the back of the site is clear. And once again, we are in a 5 versus 4 retake, but you can see how fast they rotated over because
10 seconds left.
go into
One
these kinds
enemy
of things.
remaining.
Missed shot there from Namsky, and Eri goes down as well to Ginny. And 1 versus 4, not a great situation for Iceberg. They're just spraying around the corner, and that is going to be a round for X10. I have to say, despite them losing that last round, they are still looking very good.
So it's smooth is slow and slow is fast. But when your brain is both slow and smooth, does that mean you're very fast? Something to think about.
10
I
seconds
feel like whatever you can say with a smooth brain, no matter how fast, may not be needed to be said, you know? That sounds like a risk.
I like to live on the edge, man. I like to live dangerously.
Dangerous.
Just start rapping like Eminem, but it's all nonsense. Oh dear. End up like a Big Shaq, you know. It's just,
How do you keep your brain so smooth yet so wrinkled yet so fast?
oh dear.
Teach me, a wise one. My apologies.
Well. Something while we're slowing down the pace, so is Alter Ego Celeste, because they've got just pistols in their hands and not exactly ideal in a map like this one. They're around ahead. It's not exactly a wide berth. Ah,
Knocked him.
dog, get away.
You talking about the Trailblazer, or is it that your actual
No, I'm
dog?
talking about the Trailblazer. The timings are just not going X10's way. Just missing out on the opportunity right there. But Baby TZ is able to rectify that so quickly. 3v4 now. So,
Oh,
Spike
position.
down B.
yeah, you wouldn't expect him
One
up close
player
right after
standing.
that, but Ayumi's good
30
on the
seconds
trigger
left.
for one. Teleporting all the way here towards A. There is Alyssa laying in wait. Spraying that trap. There's a gun on the... No, there's no gun on the floor. I think that back.
Oh dear, nice try there from Ayumi, but Muffin fast back into the site yet again. 3-3 now, X10. They bring it back, and they haven't broken the economy yet. Alter Ego seems to be more eager to use all their money than most of the other teams we've had here so far. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but they do always lack a certain weapon in a lot of situations. Sometimes a judge can be useful, but yeah, no, I'm not sure.
I'm just thinking about Big Shaq now. You know Big Shaq?
I've got your train.
Yeah, I know Big Shaq.
Okay, just one.
The British rapper.
Okay, thank God. Just making sure that you're a man of culture. Nice kill from
Phoenix.
Muffin right there. As they try to work mid, but not really a lot available for Alter Ego Celeste here. It seems like X10, they've got it on lock. A couple of flashes now coming in through, but it's going to be pushed back. Mid control isn't really something that's working out for Alter Ego Celeste. X10 are just doing such a great job at putting the bodies in the right place. Dry peek just doesn't work out either. I like the idea for the contact. Yumi's good for the trade right now. Teleporting away from danger. That's an even better play. Ariophilia with 31 HP.
Buried.
I find Nabsky was trying to get a little bit cheeky right there in the corner on the off angle.
Bomb by
You're
out.
cheeky on the off angle.
I'm cheeky on all angles.
30
It's 'cause I'm
seconds left.
fat.
That wasn't where I was wanting that to go, but anyway, Ayumi over towards the B site.
It's getting late into the night. It's one of those.
There it is, 11-10. Great, that was a dink through the
10
walls.
seconds
That's
left.
pretty good. Shot dart is going to connect.
Remaining.
Jumping up.
Oh,
Finds the wrong target. That would have been a kill onto Polly there. Actually, I don't think maybe perhaps it wouldn't have been because the heal came in pretty instantaneously. But X10 have taken the lead away.
Yeah, X10. They're looking
A fine death.
like really rock solid at this point.
10 seconds left.
I wonder.
Enemy remaining.
Are they X10-tatious?
What? Huh?
Are they? Never mind. It's another smooth brain moment at 11 o'clock.
X10tation.
Yeah. You know, the rapper.
I know the rapper.
Yeah.
Grenade.
When they get tenacious.
Well, how do I build off this? Juice World.
I'm just. Nice try. It's okay. That was a hard one.
Pretty sure that landed.
Yeah.
Well, slow goes down,
Here.
and really, you can wait for the smoke to dissipate.
No.
Really
Why would they do?
go,
Where's the thrill in that?
True, you live for the thrill. May cost championship, but you live for the thrill.
Okay, they got pistols, so they might as well try to catch someone off guard, I guess. But now they're gonna go for the dry peek. Oh, it's a great couple shots right there with the sheriffs. And suddenly, Alter Ego Celeste, they have found some semblance of form, some semblance of control
30
here in this
seconds
map.
left.
Feels like they've been bled dry for the majority of
planted.
it. No hesitation from X10 though. They go straight onto the site. They don't want to play it slow. They want to go in guns blazing, full Rambo. Sylvester Stallone. Oh, that's a nice showstopper as well.
Defeated.
And it's Alyssa
Back to
holding
work.
firmly here. Gets tagged with Hunter's Fury and gets flanked by Iceberg.
Well played. They keep the scoreline even. 4-4. And that was off the back of a very shoddy buy. It's amazing what you can do when you can see your enemies. You're not pushing out of the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
That's all I wanted to see.
I do
And-
feel like sorry, not X10, Alter Ego Celeste for the very longest time thrived off of that. So maybe it's like you can probably get away with doing that up against other teams, but maybe not X10, not right now.
Quick tech pause has been called. I can't guess who for. Everyone bought weapons. That's normally my indicator.
Oh, it's a tech pause. Gear. I wish we had one of those again. Bring that back for Masters. You know, it's tech pause gear. That's a reason why. What if it's very serious? You know, like tech pause earthquake.
Possible.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can call for a pause, like in the middle of if you just start a round and it's like, can we restart this round? Oh, why earthquake? Oh yeah, fair enough.
I have been mid-broadcast on an earthquake. I remember this. I forget who I was with. I think it was Eliza. I think it was Taylor, and like we were mid-broadcast, and everything started shaking, and we were like, "Do we keep talking?" Or starting to break down a little bit, start crying a little bit. I don't know.
Get under the table, continue casting.
It just feels no, but this was during like a panel segment, so there's nowhere you could go. It is what it is.
What was Todd thinking? Like, oh no, this is content.
Oh dear, yeah, they clipped it.
I mean, it is content. Ice Wall goes up towards Hookah. Ophelia destroys it immediately. So that's a push forward. Baby TZ wants to be the one to receive the Oreo. Go for an Oreo.
Always.
Always.
What is the best form of Oreo?
Right here.
You know what? Zayora the other day brought me a waffle with
An Oreo?
Oreos in it, and I loved it. It was amazing.
Is it better than
It was just the classic Oreos, and then I had a glass of almond milk, which wasn't great.
Okay, well, you got to get on that oat milk game. Anyway. Okay, they do spot out Polly. So open, so vulnerable. Can they punish? Orbital strike. Slows him down, but there's already somebody on site. It's a good trade, but there's so much information now. And Neri punishes Baby TZ. And it's really just this offbeat push that Iceberg is able to capitalize on. 2v4. Muffin
Seconds left.
catches one. Will have the Hunter's Fury. Finds another. Suddenly brought down to a 2v2. Anything's possible.
Last player standing.
Iceberg looking to, oh my god, get punished, trying to find an advantage, and Alyssa just runs them over.
Alyssa, so speed. What a way back in. Anyone that's peaked first just gets shut down immediately. Just the reaction speed going off. Intense there from Alyssa, and X10 once again give themselves that advantage.
She's just daring them to peek her at this point. Absolutely phenomenal from Alyssa. Let's take a little bit of a replay, a little bit of a look, what just transpired. Really, honestly, that round should have been Alter Ego Celeste, but I wouldn't say it was thrown away because I like the idea for the push in a 2v2. Especially when you don't have utility, when you're trying to catch off the Sova who had just had a Thunder's
You want
Fury.
to play? Let's play.
But Alyssa was just too prepared. The best form of Oreo.
Okay.
Nice shot. Is in a McFlurry. Do you do that thing where you leave your Oreo in milk for like 30 seconds till it gets kind of soggy and then you eat it?
I don't mind doing that.
That's the-
Like, I'll have it either way.
Yeah, it's the best. That's the way. I don't twist like and dog. That's just not the way.
Yeah, no, I don't. That's
I don't know
effort.
anybody who does that. I just
Why would you get rid of the synergy like that?
absolutely not. Oh, Iceberg. Will they expect the close player? Oh, Diddy! Diddy gets two somehow!
Spike
Surviving
down B.
long enough to be the bane
Time to hunt.
in the existence of Alter Ego Celeste. Only two players left. And that's Napsky and Ayumi. The spike is dropped.
enemy remaining.
They have to recover it, but Alyssa's too good. Finds information, but Ayumi, can she do it yet again?
30 seconds
Ayumi,
left.
what have you got? Spike is so far away. Alyssa is just committing to one angle, hoping for the best. Her teammate Ginny, so far removed from the picture. It's a very big gamble, but Alyssa wins it with a nice triple kill. Recovers the operator, secures the 64.
Goodness. You know, the play from Ginny. You love to see little things like that. It costs a life, but you get 2 in return. Sometimes the exchanges are not equivalent, but in a good way. As the hit that's 6 and 4. Do we get another 7 and 5 is the question.
Well, 7 and 5 would be the ideal scoreline. We're hoping for something obviously competitive. Oh no, just not looking the right way. That's very uncharacteristic. I think just kind of checks the corner, but not really. Trailblazer comes out just to force out the op. What a shot from Nabsky. Op versus Headhunter. That's what you get when you can right click on the sheriff. And it's a headshot kill, not just 95. Contact play really working out for Alter Ego Celeste as well. And they're just taking fights on top of great timing as well from the Seekers. Just brought it down to, and I think they're saving X10. They might just fall back here. We might actually see 7-5 or maybe even a 6-6. No way they're gonna try.
Scanning ahead.
There will be an attempt. Shock darts, the last paint shell. There is a boom bot as well. Very little time remaining. This requires some incredible finessing and a lot of trust as well, but all in the wrong positions. They went for a gamble and it's not paid off. They will find a couple of extra kills though. That money they definitely need. So going into the final round, that 7-5 looking more and more possible.
Last round in the
At least they make it expensive and force the buys off of Alter Ego Celeste, but at this point in the game, in the half, does it really matter? They can afford the Odin. Don't know if they'll stick to it, probably not, but the fact that they can afford it shows they could operator if they want to. They are rife with money. Must be nice. Okay, they're not gonna stick to it, just as I thought. But it's 6-5 right now. Could be going either way. 6-6 is possible. 7-5 as well. Pauly's not gonna have the best of guns. Only really on a bulldog.
Could definitely be worse. A worse weapon to be using. Spike is sat closer to perhaps. I was going to say close to the B side, but either way, wherever you pick it up, it can go down B or go down A. And sending out a couple of prowlers, see if they can find anyone. Muffin is going to find a Neri, and that is once again a big kill to find at the start of this round. Crossfire in play, and that is a deadly one as well between Muffin and Eliza. Why would you run in there? I don't understand.
Oh, the contact.
What was the trigger?
Well, the contact play has been working previously, but this round is looking a little bit different as Ginny gets another pick. 1v4, and this round is pretty much all said and done as Ayumi wonders what can be done. Muffin from the aggressive angle up on top.
30 seconds left.
An APC. Just hanging out in the smoke. 20 seconds left. Not really much you can do. Rez comes out, just got a good measure. Ayumi's not good for a nice couple of kills here, but with 14 seconds left, it's go time. Oh, Hunter's Fury as well, just salt to the wound. The halftime already done.
Not our first 7-5 of the day. but it is a welcome one, and it can still go either way. We do see a lot more life, I would say, out of Alter Ego this time around, but X10 are still looking very sinister. They're still looking very effective at what they do, and so I'm not sure the potential to see more. We may see X10. Okay, that 2-0, like, I don't know. It feels, again, it feels possible, but it feels a little less possible now that Alter Ego seem to be getting into the groove of things. But still, X10, we've seen what they're capable of in that first map. We're seeing what they're doing right now, but we've seen a 2 versus 4 come very close to a potential win. We have seen clutches happen as well. So I'm not completely convinced, but I am getting convinced that X10 can actually pull this off.
I think one of the biggest things that Alter Ego has to keep an eye out on is for those dry peaks, those contact plays that X10 are just throwing out in the first half. Like, how many times were they caught off by just, the members of X10 simply walking themselves into the site, not really utilizing a lot of those flashes, and those plays found a lot of success earlier on in the first half. Now, going into the defensive side, obviously the tempo will be set by none other than Alter Ego Celeste themselves. Let's see whether they can actually hold on to that and be able to, lead the charge this time as we go into the second half of the game. But like you said, it does feel like a diluted form of Alter Ego Celeste that we're sort of seeing here today. They're not popping off the crazy
Diluted,
shots.
yeah.
They're not
down.
They're a little bit watered down. I hate to say, but it's not the same Alter Ego Celeste. And every team has had their bad days. But
Yeah,
if
you can't be
X10 can
100%
capitalize on,
consistent.
you can't. But if X10 can capitalize on this like right now and take the 2-0, that's going to be absolutely massive.
Then that always leaves the question of, because someone's going to be losing this and going into the lower brackets, and then there's potential for them to see see each other again at the finals, and to sort of wish themselves, "Oh, I wish we saved this performance for the grand finals and not for right now." But it is a best of 5, so there's still, in that situation, there's a longer way back into the game. So we'll see if that still comes to fruition. But for now, we'll focus on this game, as we'll be getting into this second half, as we'll be seeing X10 on the attacking side being the ones to hit these sites. And I don't know if we're going to be seeing crossfires quite like we did from X10 over on the side of Alter Ego, but I would like to see some of that cohesion, some of that teamwork that has given quite a score lead to X10.
Well, let's see what X10 can do. A lot of... Oh, how is she so far up? Just straight up walked in towards B long and gets a kill, and a lot of information on top of it. Now, this puts the pressure onto X10 to sort of change the pace and do something else, but Inary's winning the duel. Brought down quite low, finds another one before she drops, and that's the shock dart as well to take down Muffin. A little bit of a topsy-turvy round, leaving Ginny only very, very low. Very, very low, waiting patiently for somebody to come into a crosshair, but everybody's quite far away.
Not a great situation for Ayumi. Low HP for Ginny, and unfortunately, Sky cannot heal herself. Imagine that. You can heal others, but not yourself. This is some JoJo stuff,
She's a martyr.
Crazy diamond.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
Oh, the timing. There's no time. This pistol round is virtually done. The spike has to be recovered all the way from mid. And look at how far back Alter Ego Celeste is playing. They know she's low. They know the spike is available. Oh, that step was all they needed as well. Oh, she recovers the spike. Sorry, I thought it would drop towards
okay.
me.
I was gonna point out.
No, if you look at the mini map, it looks like it's still there, isn't it?
Because of the thick red, depths there. Yeah, that's fair. I kind of wanted to tell you, and I was just like, I'm gonna let you figure this one out.
Oh, thank you. That's okay.
how you...
I mean, that's how I learn. That's how you learn. That's how you get your brain unsmooth.
One enemy remaining. 10 seconds left.
So you get your brain smooth.
Deep breath.
Take an iron to it and just gloss it over.
Revealing area. Shock dart.
Sova
Reek.
slowly losing a lot of his potential. Every lineup where a recon dart will go is pretty much known at this point.
Yeah, it's a great set of utilities as
Right
well.
here.
Being thrown out, those shock darts just really doing a little bit of a number on Alyssa. They go towards that B site. If they can get the plant in, that will be more than sufficient. But Alter Ego Celeste, they're not taking the bait. On towards shower, especially they're sticking here towards mid. And they're gonna send only three members here towards B again. So it's a double fake. It's a very intricate strategy to send three members towards
Hawk out.
teleporter and send them all the way back here towards B just to get the plant down. We'll see if it pays off.
30
If the risk was
seconds
actually worth it. But
Oh.
Napsky lines up too. Okay, they get a kill on from Baby TZ onto Ayumi.
One enemy
They're
remaining.
actually on the site somehow, but doesn't matter if you have the site. Can't get the kills. 7-7. We got a tie game on our hands.
And now weapons will be available for X10. We won't see too much of that anymore, I don't think. We've already seen what happens once X10 get their rifles in hand. And keep in mind, at the moment, X10 are in the lead, despite the fact that Alter Ego, well, they're not in the lead anymore, they are now currently tied, but the fact that Alter Ego have won both pistols.
Yeah, and pistols, like we said, man, super duper crucial. And the fact that it's so close, even after losing pistols like that, just tells us a tale that this game is very complex, and a lot of the, Alter Ego Celeste, doesn't matter if you lose the pistol or not, they're just still gonna be in the game. They're just good at the game.
They're just talented, man. They're just doing their thing.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it must be nice being talented.
Yeah.
What's that like? But
Touch grass. Well-
HP has been reduced on the owl drones, and so much easier to destroy them now. Make their way into the A site. Flash goes out. Doesn't select anyone. They do know there's someone around the corner though. So using the Trailblazer, that is going to be a big problem to deal with. Ariophilia can't escape. Iceberg will find one in response with the Spectre though. So 1-for-1 exchange. And considering they only have the Spectres, they're okay with that, I think. And Iceberg just runs straight into Ayumi. He's going to
Enemy
find
remaining.
Muffin. There's Ginny getting that refrag. Peeking in, another great kill there from Nazi, picking up the Vandal, hoping to try and fight this 1 versus 2, but definitely possible, doesn't even need it, because Eliza is still alive and will secure it. 8-10, X10, sorry, 8-7, X10 pull ahead.
That's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of numbers that you just said out loud, wrecking my brain. 8. That's 8, 7, 10. That's how you count. I can't even count in reverse. But 2 + 2 is 4. -1 is 3. Quick math.
Quick maths. Don't see too much of Phoenix nowadays, but it would be nice to see a little buff for him.
Oh no. They should have that voice line for Phoenix, just saying.
Man's not hot. Yeah, they absolutely
abs-
should.
Yeah, because that's his whole shtick.
That's his
right?
thing. That's his entire thing.
Yeah, he's wearing a jacket and he's got a fight. It's like, man's not hot.
It's like they have the first opportunity. I guess they just have to ask permission.
Yeah,
But
I bet Big
it'd
Jack would
be-
be so for it.
he'd love it. Yeah.
Here.
Stormzy loves being in video games.
Oh yeah, because he's not hot. Well, it's a buy round for both of these teams. Not a great buy for Alter Ego Celeste. A little bit of a standard push here. The wall goes up and the wall goes down. Ginny finds Iceberg, paint shell to slow the plant. Throw a lot of utility out just to slow down the pace here. Now they're going to try to spray through it. Can they
Planted.
find the planter? No, they can't. Really looking to break the wall even more, and Ari capitalizes off a very nicely timed recon, and Ayubi gets a quick double as well. Close range shot with a tour de force to pretty much put a lid in the coffin in this round.
Oh dear. There it is.
Took a second, but we got it in the end. Tie game again is X10. They bring us to 8-8. We are getting a game that is definitely delivering. Not the cleanest of games for both of these teams just so far, but I do feel like a lot of it is the nature of Bind, where it's less about individual mechanics and more about sort of reading the enemy team and getting kind of a feel on how they play and trying to play this like a little bit of a meta game within the game within the game. Now coming through, however, but it's really only enough to get some information. We do have some presence here towards mid. With a minute left on the clock, they are going to be taking their time. It's a very good crossfire here, set up by Alter Ego Celeste. They find a couple. Muffin here holding the off angle, the other side rather. And here, I don't know if they spotted the shoulder. I don't think so. No pings are coming out. But they must be aware of the possibility.
Grenade!
Oh. He's quite a lot to get away there. But being alive seems to be worth it, considering finally getting that. Oh my god, Ineri!
Bring it! Me!
That's
Okay.
okay. Well, really great set of eco kills right there from Ineri. Just when you think you know she's not gonna panic. She's just gonna hold firm. Absolutely cool, calm, collected right there. Paint shell, nice double adjustment, beautiful spray control, completely locking that down. Now it's 9-8. Alter Ego Celeste reclaiming the lead from X10. Look at the scoreboard here, Jaeger. It's just everybody contributing. Nobody really pulling too far ahead. This is really one of those El Clasico moments in these kind of games.
Something's off with a little paint shell. That is rather annoying. You have to back out of that immediately. And also we've seen just outside the B site, this is going to be the B hit, and I think, yeah, they've made the right call here, sending the Sky
I've got
over
your
towards B,
trail.
just to slow down that push with a couple of flashes, maybe even Trailblazers just to get the information that they're down in long, but
Satchel
taking
out.
that fight, the damage onto Laser. Side of the site, that spike can start going down. It's going to be a full 5-player retake into B.
Heal.
They haven't gotten control of Hookah, so it might be a little bit challenging here. But fortunately for Alter Ego Celeste, nobody's going to be coming from the flank. Showstopper, nicely done from Ineri. Trades are so
One
quick,
player
covering the
standing.
teammate who's reloading. Muffin getting bailed out. Ayumi now in a 1v3. Has a lot of time to work with, but a lot of angles to check as well. Crossfire should just be so quick. Ginny
Bugged.
able to get us equilibrium once again, 9-9. And this is the game that we were hoping to see. Icebox Fracture was a little bit of a wash, let's face it. But here on Bind, when both teams are just so comfortable, this is what we were hoping to get in a game of two teams with such caliber, such pedigree.
Can't believe how close this game is. This is the close competition we've had since that 13-11 earlier today. It comes all the way down to the wire. X10 and Alter Ego, how close these two teams have gotten.
I think it's just a good sign for the scene in general that everybody's just developing, I'd say, and everybody's just sort of getting better and better. You harken back to the the older FSL opens when Alter Ego Celeste would just steamroll everybody, and actually that wasn't very long ago. Those were a couple months ago as well. But now it seems like a completely different tale is unfolding before our eyes when a lot of the other teams are becoming truly challengers to the throne. Who will be the usurper? Question.
Fire in the hole!
Prepare for hellfire.
Showstopper and
Now he
orbital
has to
strike.
push
Oh
out.
my
Will
god, the
not
timing
kill
just
my
does not
ally.
work out here. But the res does come in. X10, they look all right for now as they push on towards the side. They haven't
Look at
really
that.
gotten it, but little bit of a peek from Ayumi getting punished. They haven't cleared backside Oreophilia. Waiting for the
30
flash.
seconds left.
Waiting for the right time. Nice swing out there. Trade kill. Alyssa through the wall. Able to find it.
Spike
2v3.
planted.
Neri has to break it
Last
with
player
her.
standing.
With her knife, with a little bala song. Now they know where she is. They don't want to beat Mary. Don't do it. Just don't. Oh, wins the duel.
Oh, Ginny! If anyone was gonna do it, it should be Ginny. She was the OG queen. She's doing what she does. Do you remember back in the day? Back in the day, when she was the only one that could challenge for high view.
Yeah.
Will not
That was like a year ago. Or
Still
a
up
few
there,
months
bro.
ago. She's insane.
30
I love the
seconds
fact this is really, I'd say, Ginny coming into her own, showing us the full force of Ginny, and not only leading her team in terms of performance, but as well as in game. Really, one of those players that comes once in a blue moon. Don't see a lot of this kind of quality player every so often.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
A site now going to be checked in. Paint shell to force them back. Gonna have a little bit of a Molotov just to clear out that close corner. Really good swing out from Muffin, finding the entries, and it's X10 all day, every day.
So close.
Nabsky with a flank. Too little, too late, maybe. Oh, here comes the judge. Quick tap
Spike
onto the
down
head.
A.
Falls away. Just gonna deny that. They don't want to play too close. They don't want to play crazy, so they're gonna be planting a little bit open
Right here.
this time, hoping that nobody's gonna come in from the flank, rather from heaven. Flank is gonna be doubled up on. There's two players working their way through it. They got lamp control. They have to clear so many
player
angles. The
standing.
crossfire of doom here. And with a judge, not sure I favor the odds. Switches weapons, and Neri has to be her finest moment. Finds almost the second one, but it's gonna be
1
denied.
HP.
Gun here.
Alyssa almost went down as well.
Now it's time to pull away. Look at the damage to the economy as well. It's a little bit of a, it's almost a rehash of what we got in that first map, X10. They seem to have learned how to close maps.
Spike.
Where the pressure is meant to mount the highest, they just seem to be thriving.
And they call a timeout because they don't want to get ahead of themselves. And that's good. They rein it in. They're doing well. They don't get too crazy. Figure out what Alter Ego Celeste is going to do. They know they're probably going to be on a buy. What is the plan? What is the game plan to counter out this eco? Because their money not exactly in the best of positions either. They don't want to lose too much.
I love it. I love each step X10 are taking here.
They're very, we talk about teams that are methodical. I don't think you'll get a more methodical team, a more structured team than X10. These girls are just some of the finest, most deliberate, most patient players that you will find all across the Valorant female scene. And it's truly a treat to watch because you see the contrasting play styles of these two teams, and they're just worlds apart, completely different. It's completely alien to each other how they play.
Alien. Oh, Polly. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh my god!
She gets away. And that was a double push as well. That's coming in from the flank, so that's a lot of time wasted. Off shots coming in through. No, sorry, Marshall shots.
Oh no!
Oh, it actually connects. No way! That actually somehow still hits. but Muffin has secured backside. Muffin gets to pick up onto Iceberg as well. And the boop! Oh, Tanapsky allows her to get that badge recovered. Polly, good work covering the flank as well. Gets a double, expecting the second one to push out right after. There's got to be another round for X10. They should be able to secure a match point after this, but Navsky looking to make an counter argument.
Last player standing.
Paulie fighting Oreophilia to get on the flank. Paulie has just been such a thorn in their side. How do you handle this? Navsky with 3 HP. What's the play here? Could it be the save? No, she wants to try go for broke, but instead she finds herself absolutely bankrupt. As it's a 12-9. X10 1 point away from taking this 2-0.
How is 12-9, 1 map up, X10 right now? That pause must be helping them quite a lot because they are still keeping calm. Like you see, they're not pushing any further forward. They're just sitting, waiting for the pushes to come in. No need to get over aggressive, and this self-discipline is helping them so much. And it's been said before, when they went under another name, these members from X10, they were overly aggressive. They were losing players because they couldn't sit still. Now, look at them. They're zen.
Their flow state at this point, just no over peaking. I have to give it to Paulie, man. Paulie held the line, held the door. And look at this. Who does this? Look how far back X10 are playing. Happy to give map control, knowing they can take it back.
I got the spike.
Because they've seen the double push coming in round after round. And instead, they're just going to wait in their spawn. Nobody coming to push this time.
Spike dropped.
This one's for all the marbles. As they try to get into the site here, nobody really to contest. They have free reign towards lamps. Nobody to stop them from pushing in. Only a couple of flashes to dissuade them, but it will not deter. Hunter's Fury as well. Just a speculative attempt to maybe get a little bit of damage in. Nobody falls prey to it. And the Hunter... Oh no, the timing almost didn't work out for Napsky. Gets a little bit closer, and Ari looks to chime in. Oh, and she was looking the wrong way, Alyssa!
1 enemy remaining.
2v5 as Oreophilia finds another one, and a breath of life surges through Alter Ego Celeste.
A flawless round as well. What was that?
Flawless.
Okie dokie. So that was what they are. I mean, that has to be the worst feeling. That's such an annoying feeling. And the fact that you managed to get away with it as well. And there also, Ineri just finds 1 kill, but it's a distraction enough that Nabsky gets a free kill and, you know, unable to split that attention. Elisa has been very consistent when it comes to taking fights. Like 21 kills right now, just time and time again. It has been going her way. This time, they're trying to get aggressive. Look how far forward they're pushing this time. Oh, there is a little bit of discipline though. They're not going to give away everything.
They sent 5 players to watch that flank just in case, just so they don't lose anybody. Alter Ego Celeste instead, they just play a little bit farther back. They're just grouping up because they know Alter Ego Celeste has been kind of going crazy on these pushes. Now they send an Alzone out. They're going to hit the A site altogether. Flashes forces them all the way back. Orbital strike just for safety. It's a good trade from Baby TZ onto Oreophilia. Rez comes in, not a problem. Hunter's Fury just to secure more site control. And they even have Muffin. Does have the showstopper, should it be called for.
Spike
Comes the
planted.
flank as well, where Inari's gotten. Showstopper, denied. And so is the second, no. Ayumi actually comes out ahead, Nabsky as well. But where's the last 2 players? Ayumi and Iceberg have to work hand in hand, have to work closely together through the smoke. What are they gonna do? Iceberg not gonna be able to get that shot. It's Paulie who's gonna be able to follow it up. 1 more kill is all they need here. What is Alter Ego Celeste gonna do? Taps away at it. Stick it? Absolutely not! It's gonna be X10 who would take it 2-0 up against Alter Ego Celeste. X10 have done it. The insurmountable, the odds were not in their favor, but they took this map anyway. 2-0 against tournament favorites, knocking them down to the lower bracket.
That is very strange. It's kind of weird to say Alter Ego have been 2-0'd by X10, but it also does mean we have potential later on for a revenge story. And so, depending how they do in those lower brackets, Alter Ego, they may have their chance again. But X10 right now looking like the superior team, and even performing just a little bit lower there than Nabaski. Combat score and kills below, but that KDA for Alyssa, because she just doesn't die. So many of those fights where she looks so confident in herself. And again, Inari not even being the MVP for the team. That's a good KD, but just the fact that she's not even up there, it's just a little bit different. As you said before, a little bit diluted. So the 30-10 hit to X10, well played by X10. They played stellar across both maps. I feel like a lot of these problems also come down to those map picks. I have to say, if they started on a map, if we saw Alter Ego start on a map that they're comfortable on, and then jump onto another map, we may have seen a third map or whatnot. But well, this is what they chose, and this is the bed they unfortunately have to lie in. And with expectations being so high for AECL, it can be a little bit jarring not to see the results that you expect. But we always said X10, they were a team that can perform, and they were a team that were up there the entire time. They never stopped being one of the best teams here, and here they've shown that one more time. So well played by X10, and what just two great games and amazing performances for each individual in the team whilst playing as a team.
Yeah, it was close, but not close enough. Not for Alter Ego Celeste. I do imagine they will bounce back. I think that they were playing a little bit off today. Might have just been an off day for a team, because nobody can be perfect forever, right? There's got to be an off day for somebody. Question is, will they be able to regain their composure? Will they be able to keep things going when they get to the lower bracket? The lower bracket isn't looking like the most forgiving lower bracket either. There's a lot of great teams that they have to face off if they want to get to this grand final. But X10 have bought themselves a ticket to get much closer to that grand finale, and they're making a great case that they're one of the top teams to beat right now. So we'll be taking a look at the replays, and there certainly were quite a lot of highlights we can relive moment per moment as we get into it.
I mean, just based on those graphics, match 11, that is going to be between X10 and the winner between SMG and Bren Victress. We've had earlier on today the gaming moving forward into our match 10, and I guess that's where AECL is going to be jumping down to. It will be, well, that means, I think that means AECL versus Puma Gaming, but yeah, some more exciting games to come as well down below. And yeah, I mean, so many, like a lot of these moments are just so iconic.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think there's a better word to describe it. If this is the game that knocks out Alter Ego Celeste, if this is the game that starts it all, we're gonna have to look back on it and say this is the end of a dynasty. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves right now. There still is a lot of tournament left to be played, and we're gonna be finding out how exactly that goes in the upcoming days. There's still a few more days to go, to be specific. Here in this open, before we get into the rest of the, there's a long journey before we even start to talk about the Elite. So I don't think Alter Ego Celeste, they're not sweating right now at all. They're gonna take this in stride. They're gonna take this loss and come back stronger.
Yeah, they're fine. I mean, they've lost to X10 before, and then the rematch it went hard. And so here we go. It looks like, it seems to be a bit of a mistake there. I think SMG is gonna be the one going up against X10, and then Bren will be going up against Big down below. I think that's how that works. Wait, what?
Must be, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. We'll double check on that, but I do want to go and take a look at that lower bracket. Orangutan be a little bit heartbreaking, I think, to be facing Alter Ego Celeste in the lower bracket so soon. Not the opponent you want to be seeing here. I think they might have been prepared. Yeah, just not a team that you expect to see there at all. It's a scary lower bracket, but yeah, Here, let's take a look at the schedule. This is what we got in the coming days. Orangutan versus Alter Ego Celeste. I just talked about it. They're probably watching this, and there's a lot of tape on how to beat Alter Ego Celeste because there's good evidence that you can do it now. And Bren versus X10. That's going to be coming up soon as well tomorrow. And then the last would be TBD versus TBD, the two teams that we have yet to see facing off in the upcoming lower bracket final.
So there you go. That is going to be that's all the games for today, and also preview of what's coming up tomorrow and on the next day as well. But so far things are heating up, and we've had to say goodbye to a few teams today. But well, some of the teams that you've seen lose in the upper brackets, they're not done yet, and you may see that comeback happening as well. So don't lose hope, Alter Ego fans. There is definitely another chance coming up, and of course our names popped up because my name is Jaeger, and this is Illustrado, and I think we'll be saying goodbye just before the stroke of midnight. You love to see it, just before it gets just a little bit too late. That's,
get that glass
that's
slipper off
enough.
somewhere, leave it in some.
Yeah, just quickly
Somebody comes calling.
run out, and hopefully my prince will bring me back my glass slipper because it's expensive. But yeah, that is going to be it. I think we'll be saying good night for now, and so thank you very much to all of you guys for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Until tomorrow, we'll be seeing you then. Until then, have a nice evening. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.